Yeah.
Shit.
Here we go. Hey guys, welcome to Let's Talk About That for a Minute with your host, the millennial icon and edgelord, Mr. Pope. Yeah, that's right. That's like Pope, like Mr. Pope. That's. I like that. That's pretty
That's
funny.
pretty funny.
Hey, what's up, you bunch of fucking crybabies? This is another episode of Let's Talk About That for a Minute. It makes me very fucking nervous when I'm looking at this thing and I'm recording it. And I'm just like, yo. So, what we got going on is, I will be looking for people for the documentary I'm working on. I don't even want to talk to people about it. I've been getting really intense and crazy about it, admittedly, but I'm doing it for the right cause, and I just feel like it's appropriate to kind of talk about some of these things because I can kind of only do this show late at night, and you know, I was just looking, and I'm very, very lucky that I have this show that I'm doing this, by the way. Because considering all the bullshit that I've been fucking going through, I don't know. And I was just I was on Facebook, man. And I don't know, I was just really, I realized, I've been promoting this album, Evil Mothers, and then I dive right in and I make another album. And I just feel like it's strange because I'm so dedicated to things I care about, and yet, I have my own intensities, my own things to handle and to do. And I just feel like this is really a forum that's become something else. And when I say that, I mean podcasting. I really think that podcasting started out because radio fucking sucked. I remember when I was doing radio and everybody was so fake. And I had a great time. I would meet members of the Chamber of Commerce. I would meet people all around the community that were coming in. And I put up a front and I had a great personality. But the fact of the matter is I live in South Florida. And in South Florida, there's just this white Christian agenda and this white corporate collar agenda that just leads to some very dark and fucked up things. So, once again, we're going to continue to plug the album Evil Mothers, as well as the new People's Love Cult album, The People You May Know, The People's Live Cult, aka. And it's out now, and it's ironically priced at the same price that you could imagine a band would play in South Florida, where there is no music scene. So it's priced $50, and people are wondering, well, why do you do that, Mr. Pope? Why do you do that? And the simple answer is because I can. I really don't care. You guys are very ungrateful, and this hipster supremacy has led me to embrace podcasting and just let me explain something again. Let's talk about that for a minute, all right? I think it is so fucking dumb, the fact that we have a globalized technological world and everybody wants to be an entertainer now because we had such a distance and our parents were fucked up. Our parents really were fucked up. And, my dad still talks about Little House on the Prairie. I mean, give me a fucking break, I honestly think that all that stuff now, we have all these conspiracy theory fucking things, and they're funny, dude. Because, the way people move their hands and stuff, all this stuff, everybody's getting spooked out, freaked out. Relax. Who cares? Who cares about New World? I can't go to take a shit or to watch a damn video of a girl's ass without seeing something about satanic this, satanic that. Relax. It is clearly a campaign that has been launched by corporate churches and their freaking brainwashing, the same way that I've been talking about recovery. And it's just really sad. And also,
I talk a lot about sex work on this show. And the reason why is because it really, really, I think that we all are imagining this lifestyle, and there's two ends of it that we see. We see stuff like VH1. We see stuff like MTV. We see stuff like TMZ. And that has a greater pull on people in their jobs in the middle of it. And now that's why you see movies getting shittier and more like family friendly. And then you're like, well, where's the freaking sex? Why ain't they taking their clothes off no more? Where the hell did titties go? It's because you have a phone, dickwad. You have a phone that you can fucking just look at something and all of a sudden you see naked people again and it's getting weirder and weirder and weirder. Today I was freaked the fuck out because I saw something about TikTok. And then I know somebody that's on TikTok. And it's like so, I mean, you guys are, when I say you guys, people my fucking age, you are full of shit. You guys are full of shit and you're doing this thing and it's not funny. You guys are kids having sex. I went to a fucking art school. There was a lot of teenagers having sex. And the Bible says that he shall be damned with his dick and vagina. There's a difference. Most people now are introduced to like underground films of the 90s through Vice Media. I wish we had one of those shows where there was just like a boing, kind of thing where boing, we do like a Vice thing, we announce Vice. By the way, guys, we just got a call from Billy McFarland. He's going to be showing up at Bumblefest. He is helping fund Bumblefest. He's actually coming out of retirement from Fire Festival. We got Fuck Jerry coming on out. And Fuck Jerry's going to be there. And we're going to get the Jerky Boys. We got a great bundle package coming. Tony Video actually might consider doing an interview with TMZ so we can get Paris Hilton there, and of course Louis C.K.
Dude, don't say that. I'm gonna get freaking killed.
So it's no secret that I'm really not the darling of the West Palm Beach music scene, where such bands like Who Gives a Fuck featuring I Don't Give a Shit and Whatever, Where Are We Going Next is about to play soon. It's no secret because this music scene has done nothing to create, or stop at least. Well, they've done nothing to create a community of artists, and they have done nothing to stop idiot fucking SoundCloud rappers.
Total enslavement of the human race. Dude, you're gonna get shot for saying that on TV.
First of all, let me explain something to you that may be shocking. If it's entertainment and you can put it on YouTube and it abides by some agenda, people like to fuel the fire. They love to hear that, and it's hilarious to some people. Look, as long as you're going and you're telling people on your YouTube video to find solace in Jesus Christ, all of a sudden you're going to be talking about satanic this, satanic that. Go ahead and do that, but it's pretty obvious that, I don't even know what's obvious anymore, I feel like CNN has been stealing ratings from actual television shows, and then you have all these jerk-offs. And let's talk about that for a minute. Okay, Bill Maher. Dude, come on. Saying that shit about fat people, alright? Dude, you have the biggest, fattest fucking nose I've ever seen, and the biggest forehead, and the ugliest hair, and you're the ugliest man on television, okay? I have always thought that. I'm Bill Maher. I went to Cornell. I fucked Ann Coulter. I'm this, and I'm that. I've watched your ass so much, dude. And you're every right-wing redneck. You're what every conservative hates just because you're smug. You're smug, and then you do this libertarian nonsense. Libertarians are drag queen Republicans.
They are a complete mess. We have inequality and division. And what are you doing? You know, a lot of you celebrities and Hollywood people, you know, you don't understand depression and anxiety for a long time. You kind of revel in that shit. So don't be surprised that this kind of nonsense is going on, that people quit their jobs and people advise people never to go into show business. That's like why you have Instagram influencers. That's why you have all that stuff. I mean, come on.
This is a freaking demon!
Alright, Alex Jones, you really getting on my bad side here. Because this is really what it gets completely idiotic and stupid. And that's why people who made a career of trying to actually inform people about what our criminal government has been doing for such a long time could not get their voices heard because they had downright plagiarists and all this misinformation first. Fuck you, Alex Jones. You have caused so much fucking terror in this country. But I'm not going to go on HBO and say it. I know for a fact Republicans like to use humor.
You like to do this and be like, I was there. My dad, he sat me down at the table. We was eating fried chicken. We was in the kitchen. We was doing that. And that.
And you sound like a goddamn idiot Texan, and you're making the liberals fucking weaker. And every white person in America, they love to be political now. It's just like, it's the new thing. And guess what? I wanted to make a fun show. I used to do this show drunk every time. Now I honestly do believe that it's a important thing to really use platforms for just the good and balance things out, because that's what I call entertainment. You can entertain somebody. You don't have to be like NPR, like me. You know, it makes me a little sick. Just kind of hearing this thing. I mean, shit. And everybody tries to compare you at some point to something, but I'm just telling you that there's a lot of scared people here right now that are mentally ill. So, again, this is the let's laugh at everything, you know. And it's diabolical and it's purposely cynical. But that's why we have these people who really don't know how to make a living anymore. Especially, I mean, we created this, you know. So, like, thank Mark Zuckerberg, you know, thank all these people. Thank them, actually. You know, yeah, thank the internet. We're very lucky for that. Now we're using the internet to create new jobs, but for some reason we're doing it to make invisible money. Why the hell do we just want to keep doing that? That doesn't really seem very cool. To make data and bots and all this stuff, like, what the hell is with record labels making these fake data and these bots? Like, and now people are going, there's a matrix, man. There's a matrix, man. I can't fucking believe it. I mean, Alex Jones really must be driven fucking crazy with some of this shit. Like, some of this wacko shit he says. It's nonsensical, and it's purposely just degrading towards himself and all this nonsense, and I feel bad, okay? And I've talked before about the alt-right on this show, and, you know, I think that those are just the guys that wanted their dads to like them. But I'll tell you this much, those Republicans you guys are trying to impress, they don't give a fuck about you. They laugh. They're like, fucking kid. You know, it's when you start having sex with their wives they get mad. And they're really genuinely trying to do that. You know, and Ben Shapiro.
Hi, I'm Ben Shapiro. I'm Ben Shapiro. I'm Ben Shapiro. I'm Ben Shapiro. My bank account's big. Your bank account's zero.
And Martin Shkreli.
Oh, Martin Shkreli. Except for Arambi.
You know, these are people with nothing to fucking do every day. But they're not running the country. They're byproducts of stupidity. They're byproducts of the 1%. Yes, I'm sorry. Oh, I said it. He said the 1%.
Dude, don't say that. I'm gonna get freaking killed.
People need to really stop dick riding Joe Rogan. Even to the point that now, like, they're making freaking so much stuff about podcasts, and like, I mean, it's amazing to see that like podcast has made it so far as the TMZ, where dude, fuck comedians. I'm sorry, but fuck comedians, all right? Didn't you people learn from Louis C.K.? You know, now you're just having trolls and trolling, and like everything has to be funny. Funny, 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 funny. Funny, funny, funny. I saw this picture today of a guy who has a fat head, and he's like a real bro comedian. He's like, yeah, I'm fat, and I'm really funny, and I'm fat, funny, fat. Wait, I was talking about not shaming fat people. Like, look, it's okay. Big is fucking beautiful, all right? You have no idea where I have gone, people. All right, you have no idea where I've gone. Like, just, I mean, I let's just say, in my history, I've said I'm gonna do big things this year, and I fucked so many fat women. Okay, I'm sorry. You know, this is like, they're not big to me. I'm sorry, they're not a big deal to me. Okay, being fat is not a big deal. Fat shaming on a political talk show on HBO. Okay, we need to boycott wacko comedian Bill Maher. He's getting out of control. You know, I grew up listening with my wonderful token dark-skinned Republican father, and we used to listen to Rush Limbaugh and 610 WIOD. That shit is embedded in my mind. And I'll just mention to you, the reason why I have an empathy and a sympathy for these kids is that I think that they're almost like those nerds, those anonymous nerds, like neck beard people, cowboy hat, glasses, fedora, you know, big shake, big gulp, you know, fucking video games ruin society. No, pop culture did a lot, like, media fucked things up, mistakes people, but video games really fuck, Howard Stern too, you know, like, I learned this kind of shit, you have to, I mean, now that's what I call entertainment, okay? Just people, you're getting a little crazy with all this stuff. Getting a little crazy, getting a little out there. We're gonna have to take you away. And then, you know, there's this kid, bless his heart. He's always talking about the this and the that, running the who and the what, and the where and the why. And it's, to me, it's whatever now, okay? You're gonna get your head wrapped around a bunch of crazy shit, so you just calm down, okay? Fuck, when you smoke weed, you start laughing at thinking about shit like this. That's why it's a very strong medicine. Big pharmaceutical companies, and thank God today we had Purdue get shut the fuck down. I mean, come on, you know? You know what the secret is to the show business, the entertainment industry? You lie your way up and you act like you know people, and you don't let those people fuck with you. You don't let a producer fuck with you. You don't act impressed by anything, okay? Because we have these, like, stupid, again, this right-wing corporate agenda, corporate filmmakers that are cheap bastard business owners who don't want to pay young kids like artists. They just don't want to pay them what they're worth because they're like, oh God, an artist. Who the fuck's gonna want to sell that? We got Ivanka coming in. It's really not even Ivanka. It's like Ivanka's like old aging like step sisters. Like the people that this county, District 4, is the people who work for the rich and have pandered to the rich for so long and have tried so hard to just make a living and have a backbone. And here we are getting fucked in the ass by them. We're getting laughed at all the time, and yet we're sweeping their goddamn floors. The bars are like, it's a war zone, okay? There is no middle class. There is no such thing. There is no upper, you know, that's people laughing at you. You have been taught to believe that you are so fucking, drilled in. It's because we're trapped in this system, and there are some kids now that are just trying to not do that. Just not trying to do that, you know? They see how you age, and they see celebrities who live a carefree life and all this shit that have a great influence on people who have had a lot of, they have their fucking problems. They're fucked up, but stop hating on them, man. You know, I've been there, even trying to be one, break a mainstream system. But again, so back to the fucking alt-right. Let's talk about that for a minute, all right? So I made fun of a guy named Sam Hyde, and I went on a certain talk show and I talked about him. and I got nitpicked. Now, I just got a little petty thing, and literally for my music video for Petty Land, I went through just a bunch of shit because I'm a member of a Reddit forum deep into YouTube, and that is purely, look, if you Redditors, I really don't even want Reddit to hear this, because they know me as Channel Seth, this subversive kind of like TV network thing, like growing thing, developing brand. Yeah, business, it's all business and marketing. Sorry, there's no art to it, there's no subversive. You guys were happy customers, because I was trying to incite a reaction, because this is just so stupid, World Peace was the dumbest pile of shit I've ever seen. It literally was just disrespectful towards. It's just like a rich kid. Okay, New Englanders. That kid's from New England. They're like rich as fuck. They have a serious problem with that sheltered white collar supremacy. Kind of like what we got going on, everywhere, but I mean specifically here in District 4 in South Florida. Okay, ridiculous. Palm Beach County. It is fucking stupid. And, I don't know if there's anybody else who's doing a greater job as me as talking about this in multiple platforms. I've been doing this for a long time, just through the things I've seen and written about. Because there's so much of nothing here. It's almost akin to like those kids in Long Island. I'm gonna fucking, and then no wonder there's gonna be fucking drugs on the street. You'll blame it on the madness in the fucking street. I don't know what kind of accent that was. That was kind of like a Mr.Pope accent, just like some hillbilly, English hillbilly. Basically a guy that goes to the Lion and Eagle. Owned by draft dodging pig Jim Batmazian. Draft dodging, tax evading, piece of shit, rich kid, little brat. Fuck him.
Dude, don't say that. I am going to get freaking killed.
I really want people to get out of the lie of the people, the kids going through things right now, genuinely trying to improve their lives and do something better. I want them to understand that we do know what it's like to struggle. An older generation just doesn't understand that, yes, we are struggling right now. Completely, 100%. I mean, I was 19 years old, and I had an apartment, and I worked at this fucking restaurant, Mellow Mushroom, which is like way too overpriced pizza. You see, South Florida has this bad habit of taking like rising small corporations and just bringing them down here and making them whatever they are, and people are dickheads. I was a dishwasher, and I used to eat from the dumpster at work. Like that, dude, that sucks. Okay, like, I mean, what the fuck, dude? I would be selling dick pics, okay, if I could. I have. No, I'm just kidding. I've just sent them for free. To your wife!
But the important thing that you have to know that I think is very, very important through doing this is that it ain't easy in general. And we have a big habit of just trying to get our names out there. And look, Hollywood, I'm not saying that Hollywood's a wonderful fairy tale place, but obviously we live in this world now where social media infiltrates and affects, and there really is not much art. It's just like a 160% marketing and 6% craft, art, whatever. And if you're a parent and you have a child who wants to get into show business, and you know how sick it is, maybe you are a child from show business, then just let them do it. Help them, but explain to them that it's a job. Be their manager. That dumbass Reese Witherspoon. Okay, I read an article where she said if a kid isn't good at acting, just tell him not to do it. And ironically, this was around the same time that we had this scandal, like upcoming scandal of college admissions. Like, that's stupid, okay? That's so dumb. Like, we're gonna lie to make it seem like we have to fit in with a nobody, that's classism. That's completely stupid, but I'm not going to keep it there because it exists everywhere. I really genuinely want to thank all of you who have been supportive of me and my music, and Sun God Records, and the first band that is also a religion, the People's Love Cult. Now let me explain to you what I think of the People's Love Cult. Dude, I am not trying to start a fucking cult. I have been around systems like recovery, the church, as in the Christian church, which is just like, I recently saw a documentary called The Family, which was eye-opening as shit because it made a lot of sense. This like King James basis Bible thing. And look, I'm not a smart person. I don't believe in that. I just believe in obtaining information in order to make sense of whatever the hell is going on with you. So, this is the thing about Bumblefest. You guys know that you slandered me. Tez, you took your personal Gmail account and you slandered me and made me look like a fucking fool years ago with all these little hipsters who are having sex with themselves and all this stuff. And like, I'm a younger guy and you guys want to keep it at 4 people. And then I go around to younger people who are working for your fucking coffee shop for nothing. And I talk to you guys and they try to warn me like, don't burn bridges. If something is wrong, like I have been to other places. I have not just been in South Florida. I'm not trying to stay in South Florida, and you guys have manipulated people. You manipulate all these kids into thinking, like, I think these kids should quit their fucking jobs, okay? I don't believe in talent. I believe in luck and timing. Same thing that Kevin Smith says, okay? I also happen to like things that aren't just indie rock. Again, marketing scam. It's really you have to thank music journalism for this entire romanticism and movement of pretentious people making their own music and sitting in their apartments in New York City or Jersey. There should be no shame in moving back home. It just happened to be that people have different lives and an older generation is not going to reach younger people. And it's disgusting that we have celebrities on the radio talking about how public school systems are fucked up, talking about how we don't get it. So it's dangerous to have people like Bill Maher running the show. And it's also dangerous to have people like Alex Jones going on Joe Rogan. Because there's an agenda with everything. Something that will sell our audience, are this, are that. Fuck that, dude. I worked for a show called The Brooklyn Cafe. Not only did they not pay me, but they wanted me to bring this laptop that I use for my music and my projects. And I said, I'm a producer, and I will always be a producer. I've chosen that as a job. Because a producer isn't just Harvey Weinstein. Now, thanks a lot. Like we could have had a more ethical industry and not this system of equity. So it's dumb. And people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's a lot of kids making blind assumptions, and now we have mentally ill. What is really corrupt to me is, yes, again, the rehab system, the patient brokering, what's currently going on in South Florida, and the fact that we have just like a generation that doesn't care, calling the shots. And I don't give a fuck about your fucking bars, okay? I just would rather not drink alone. I try to do something called, networking, but I try to do it in this way that's casual, where you're not trying to sell somebody something. Oh, I know you're trying to sell me something. Oh, okay, all right. All right, bro, go fuck yourself. So please, for the love of fucking God, if you're in the entertainment industry and you're not taking submissions, how much are you making an hour with that guild? How much are you making an hour with that union? How much do you make just to show up? And you think that people wouldn't be pissed off? People like Donald Trump, they are aware of that, and they're reveling in that. And fuck Donald Trump. Fuck him. I'm sorry you think he's great, Ben Shapiro, because you're a rich kid. Alright? That's the reason why. And the police, you will always be a number to the law, to the legal system. And those cops know that they can easily have their wives fucked by the judge. It's the truth. We have a sad country that the entire world is looking at like, dude, are you serious? They're that
And you know what one of those countries is? Russia. Russia has created, and I knew this was happening, and recently I've been getting weird friend requests and stuff like that from people I don't know are fake. But I have my music as an international following. I have music that is in other places. We also have dickheads like Bret Easton Ellis, who use podcasting as a means to just promote. Like that's how are you going to be a gay man and a misogynist? You know, I mean, don't you believe in human rights? Like I'm just nice to everybody. And again, we have a lot of these. I've seen these videos with Vice. I don't know what the hell I was watching on Vice News, but it was like something with Kermit the Frog, and then there's something going voiceover like, ideology has gone too far. Alright, so now I'm going to just stop complaining and bitching and all this stuff. Because my point is, I think that ideology has gotten to a point where there's just a sheer lack of education, where we're trying to make sense of. It has nothing to do with whoever is calling the shots. It has nothing to do with the people you want to interpret as in control of everything, run by. We are the world. We run the world. If you're here right now, if you're listening to this, you are a part of a great change. You know what, people sitting on their ass, those mouth breathers, you know, the big fat white men watching the athletes play for them, and they have and it's sad that we create a culture of madness purely based on that. But we have to remove ego on this if we're going to try to make our voice a part of anything. None of us are perfect. And I don't want to hold resentments against people. My expectations, and these things that I'm saying, they're not just embedded in recovery. They're not just embedded in recovery because I've always felt that way. I've always, I had a life before Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, And I want to tell you something. I'm sorry for the people who I'm really upset because my sister has a drug addiction, and I do go through a lot. And when you dickheads, these dickhead fucking hipsters, they really like to, like even the people I had in my band were making jokes and comments about just my personal life and laughing at it. So fuck you fucking losers. Okay, I'm done with you losers. So now I have the way to internationally get my voice out there, and it's very shocking and threatening to you, to your reputation. Oh wait, no it's not. So I'll call out Corcoran Realty. These people want to keep development in this county, in District 4. They want to keep the development going because they make more money. This is a tourist economy. It will always be that way. But am I going to let that stop? Am I just going to watch this shit happen and not have a fucking voice? Not be refused to do that? You're scaring people who are friends and family of mine, and some friends I consider family. Palm Beach State is neglected. Palm Beach State. I'm not talking about Lynn University. I'm not talking about private college this, Kaiser. These are fly-by-night fucking programs. Okay? And these poor kids are hustled into a system. It's gone so far that these schools are making so much money, and these kids are just not getting jobs. They're not. So it's not hopeless. That creates that cynicism, that inherent cynicism. If you guys are gonna make comments about me slurring my words, I'm gonna fucking delete your comment, because I've always done that. I will not rest for some asshole to be a bigger asshole when I have my personal experience. I'm gonna voice that. So shut the fuck up, Brandon. I used to, some people are now using what they consider feminism as a means to get girls, which is kind of ass backwards, and it's not feminism, it's narcissism. Hashtag this, hashtag that. And I ain't got no celebrities listening to me. I would not talk to celebrities any differently, because I would not really talk to them. They don't really want to talk to you, But whatever. Name dropping all this stuff, you get real, okay? These people have managements, teams, and everything's preconceived. It's a show. It's a big show. And I have a small but loyal following, and I pride myself on that. And I have people around the world who listen to my stuff who I want to reach out to because that's what I care about. It's a bigger world than this country, this scene, this genre. And this is, even lo-fi. People are so dumb. There is no genre of lo-fi. It's gentrification. People are merging this hip-hop, lo-fi, Japanese, all right, whatever, And there's losers like Anthony Fantano who just give these companies got to just really find people a real job. Because that's where you have the Alex Jones thing come in. Somebody who really actually spends their own money to have that, and it's racy. So, nobody should be denied to work. Because Bill Maher's fucking big nose ass, giant fucking head, forehead. And I have a big fucking head. At least I don't have a fucking look like George Washington. That's why, that's honestly, in my opinion, why Bill Maher is so popular. People think he looks like George Washington. He's like, hey, this liberal guy, Bill Maher. I don't even think anybody really likes him. But it doesn't matter. If someone's on TV, they're going to have a following. They're going to have a network. Go ahead and go back to your podcast, kid. Huh. Kids these days, right? Life is always going to be a struggle. You're always going to have bills to pay. That doesn't change. What will change is the fact that you can be grateful and humble. But you got to go about it a different way. I've always noticed in South Florida, because it's a southern state, some of the irony we have extends to kids dressing in, there's like Respectable Street, which is a cockroach club. Like literally, there was a photographer and he took a picture of me smoking a cigarette and drinking a fucking beer. And I'm sitting on the bench and there's a cockroach there. And I said, yeah, show this to the guy that calls the shots here. Because they've treated me like that, like such. And in my opinion, I know that I'm the cockroach that goes into their place. But they're bad people, okay? I mean, they're bad people. Like I've had friends that work there. I have a lot of friends that have played there, and I'm not, I want to believe in the local scene. Oh, God, I don't even like the way that sounds, because it's just scene shouldn't matter. Click all this stuff. It's your work. Who cares, and I'm not gonna complain about financials. Like I know where I am right now. Where I live, I'm not, and I get upset, but I've always voiced my opinion through text, and then I have I had a music video, Pettyland, that I posted on Reddit. It had been out for like a year, but I decided to promote it, and the way I did it was to kind of incite the alt-right, and I made fun of, I don't know if I mentioned this already, Sam Hyde, but that's just an example of somebody that's just trying to make it in show business and be an artist and have that thing. So look at this kid now, Sam Hyde. I mean, he's really he's doing too much. He's like, they've always had that kind of following, and again, like this, it's just like it doesn't really matter, and Tim Heidecker too. Tim Heidecker is very funny, but that guy has problems too. I can tell. I don't know him. I've never met him. Whatever. I also we have, the reason why Eric Andre is so great and so popular is because he understands that entertainment is a trade, not a trade. Maybe people can use it like that to identify with the common working man, but entertainment is something complicated and strange, and everyone wants to do it, and everyone is kind of doing it, the people that want to, and now more people actually in California are deleting Facebook and avoiding it, and on sheer principle, and I would do the same thing, but I'm going to choose not to, because I think that I feel closest to people, closer to the world on a part of something bigger if I actually just do my part and try to focus on this and stay humble and remain teachable. Doesn't matter where I am. Doesn't matter who I am. It doesn't matter what I'm going to do next. What matters is that I'm here, just for today.
And bring it together like Tai Chi. Time keeps something in me that I should tell. Tell myself these lies. In the morning light, today I will try. I will make it on my own if it's what I need. Only so I take it all. Told of this. Now I see I'm just a man of your world. Please, can I believe I will end this type of feeling that keeps me on the edge of my seat? One of these opens up, I could see it open in my heart, and I know that I don't live in disbelief. All the way, all the way, all the way.
Tired of sex and love, you'll never give it up. I cannot have it love. Tired of sexless, well it's not enough. My heart is breaking up. You know I'm never gonna make it without the sexless love. I should be ashamed for the way I feel. I can't get up. I'm always living in my fantasies with sexless love. Sexless love. It's always sexless. It's always sexless love. I need you live now. It's always sexless love. Tired of sexless love. This world is not enough. You ain't never gonna change. It's always sexless love. I think she will have anything to do with me. But other than that, it's always sexless love.
So what else you like? What's your favorite thing to do? Now what's it like? Now what's your favorite thing to do? What's your favorite thing to do? So what else you like? Tell me what's your favorite thing to do? Tell me what you
Saturated in slapstick. My life has to be saturated in slapstick. That's my dad. I must remember this shit. I must.
Once I've done something right, baby, baby, turn the lights on, baby. I see your just don't want to be in your river of loneliness too long. If you don't wanna blame, I get it, I'm not leaving. Forget your name, and I know I keep thinking about this way. Trust me, insane. And these times, you know I ain't got no shame. It's all just a game. To me, it seems. Now you're alone, so it seems. If you were my own, it would be a daydream, daydream. In our time, I want to believe. I know you make it so. I thought everything was nice. For once I thought I did something right. Oh, but it seems not. So now what's bad, what's worse has got this answer to me. I'm just looking at myself from my own dirty face. You know that love don't wait for someone desperate to decide. Desperate as I've been. For once I thought I did something right. But it seems that I'm not ready to be your man. Who am I kidding? Ain't a part of the plan. Now, for once I thought I'd done something right. Keep in mind, for once I thought I'd done something right. Keep in mind, you won't make me choose it. You won't make me choose it, baby. Some chances I can never turn away. It may not be your year, your month, or your day. Who cares? What difference can I do anyway? I'm thinking things that I can't say. Perhaps I'm too strange, don't you know I'm thinking about you. Don't you know I'm thinking about you every day, in my dreams, in my love, in my prayers. Don't you know I'm thinking about you every day, in my dreams, there's things that make me scared. that she used to love me. I'm so inclined that I have to live in doubt. Should I just let it all out? 'Cause I know that I'm not good for anyone. 'Cause all I had was you. That's all I had. That's all I had. All I had was you. Something wrong with the way I've been treating myself. 'Cause all I had was you. So should I just forget about you? Should I'm making sure that I don't fall off your head. Everywhere I turn, I know it's getting worse for him. But I'm not gonna let you put me away unless I'm giving up tonight. It's position fade away. I don't wanna learn another shitty mistake. If I always at stake, I'll run away. Can you just fall into the arms of another? It's all that I know, but I won't let you wait. You go and run away. You better go. Feel I need to run. Feel I need to run. I came here to reminisce. Now reminisce real soon. Love is a shot you can't miss. Go put down your silver spoon. The world may let us down, so be ready for now. The world's gonna let us down. The world is gonna let us all down. The world's gonna let us all down. Let me reminisce right now. All the memories I had, I try to get my peace, but they're pieces of my life, missing fragments of me. The world is gonna let us down, but even my memory seems things weren't really that great, not as great as back then. I thought my voice had been heard, I thought I had nothing else to prove, until shot and abandoned I was in the road with not a friend too soon. You hate me for my drinking and my way of thinking. Every band that I couldn't want. It's not the 70s anymore, yeah, I get it, but I hear that something is a marketing scam. You know, the world is gonna let us all down. Might as well be now. The world's gonna let us down. Might as well be right now. Let me reminisce right now. Let me reminisce right now. Let me reminisce right now. Right now. The world's gonna let me down. And I have no more faith in the world. Until next year. I want you to stay away from me. I'm giving you one last shot to set aside from me. How long can the night engrave itself in me? I was trapped for many days in Port St. Lucie. I believe in your silence, your loving modern science led me away.
know that it's time to get it right. I was trapped like a fiend with my new life in St. Lucie.
Black sheep, have you got no friend? No sir, I'm abandoned. My mama's in the kitchen cooking bacon and beans. My daddy's playing Zydeco in New Orleans. So bye, black sheep, have you got no friends? No sir, they never let me in. Baba, white sheep, why you blending in? Some things are easy when your skin is thin. They stripped me of my wool and they put it on my head. Every morning I got to make my bed. So Baba, white sheep, why you blending in? Some things are easy when your skin is thin. Baba, black sheep, come to my door. You don't gotta worry, you can stay past 4. I'll make the dinner and I'll set the plates. We can think about love and talk about hate. So Baba, black sheep, come to my door. You don't gotta worry, you can stay past 4. Baba, white sheep, you can come too. Invite the Catholic and the Muslim and the Jew. You don't gotta worry about folding the sheets. If you don't like the veggies, you can have the meats. The Baba, white sheep, you can come too, and we'll all stay together till this night through.
You
No, don't teach me shit.
21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century slaves. 21st century slaves. We'll give you a job and you like it. We'll give you a job and we'll hide it. We'll give you everything. What you want. 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century slaves. Nothing means nothing anymore, cause I wanna see the scene die. I wanna see the scene die. I wanna see my soul sell out, yeah, I wanna sell out. 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century slaves. 21st century, 21st century, 21st century slaves. 21st century, 21st century, 21st century slaves. 21st century, 21st century slaves. 21st century, 21st century slaves. We give you your now we own you, bitch. Now you have your lives too. 21st century, 21st century, now there are to take. 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century slaves.
Let's share a play. You know I'm dying to wait for you to come home. Don't need a break. Lassie will come and welcome us like she's on her own. Like she's on her own. She's our best friend. The world seems to be coming in end, but she's a lady. I love his lady. I love his lady. Yeah, she's a lady. Oh, she's a lady. Dreams of the past haven't turned her around, 'cause Lassie is back, ready to attack, ready to attack, ready to love, but keep our hearts at ease, our hearts at ease. She's a lady, 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 lady. She's a lady, she's a lady, doggone. But she's a lady. Don't deny it. It's I'm down to wait for you to come home. That's all I really wanna do. She's a lady. She's a lady. Oh, she's a lady. Oh, 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 she's a lady. Oh, she's a lady. She's a lady. She's a lady. Oh.
your call. Make sure you got them at all. When you hang on to your love, and you will be set free. All the things that doing to me, that catch me on out. I can't make them all try. And inside love, living a miracle, and you're inside girl. When one heart takes you, I got pain in blood.